In the last episode, we took a look at the standard target. Here it is here, 120 millimeters across. They're generally quite stable in their flight. They will always rotate depending on it comes off a right-hand machine or a left-hand machine. It will either fall flat to show you face or it will fall away to show you belly. So that was the regular one we shot this week. More interesting this week, we're going to move on to the Batu clay. As you can see, much thinner in its shape. Same size in diameter. But what this target can be done, it can be thrown the right way up or upside down, which will give it two totally different flight paths. Flown upside down, it will come off on edge, rotate and open before falling to the floor. That's the one we're going to shoot today. Thrown the other way, it will stay closed, open before reclosing and falling down. It can be a very deceptive target. Aerodynamically, it's much thinner, so it's a lot faster. Most of these are missed behind. So I tend to work on, if you think whatever the lead is, it's at least going to be half that again, depending on the spring on the trap. It could get sometimes to 2 or 3 times more. It will be the most underled target on a sporting shoot. What we're going to do now is take a look at one of these thrown upside down from our right. It will come out on edge, turn, and as it opens, the kill point will be somewhere towards the floor. In all previous episodes, what I've said to you guys is shoot the clay where you see it the clearest. This can change with a Batu target because a little bit of breeze and it can stay closed for longer. It can open quicker. So you do have to be in a position to take that shot if the chance appears. So don't just try and stick to a solid kill point on a breezy day. It may open in a very different place. So what we're going to look at now, we're going to show Dave a target. Dave's going to pick up his 3 points, his kill point, his viewpoint and his hold point. What you really have to pay attention on here is your viewpoint. You may be able to see the machine through the trees here, but this target as a Batu will come out edge on. So you may not see it as early as you may even want to. So don't think I want to look all the way back. If you can't see it, that is not your viewpoint. Take a look at one, Dave. We can just see the wheel of the machine through the tree there.
Pull.
So for myself personally, I see it somewhere in this gap here first. Yeah. What you will be interested in there, you notice Dave, when viewing for the target, called with his left hand. He viewed the target visually with his left hand. If I just show you one more time, we'll have a look at that again. 3, 2, 1, pull.
Pull.
You notice the left hand is doing the work. I'm very big on that with all of my students. You see some people do it with their right hand. But if you imagine when you're about to shoot, it is this front hand that's going to do the steering. So that's why I want to get that mental preparation and see what I want my left hand to do. When that target is coming out, it's not just a point. I'm actually going to do what I want to do with this hand. Don't do it with your backhand. That's not where you want to see anything from. It's going to be coming from that leading hand. Tell me why you shot it where you chose to shoot it. 3, 2, 1, pull.
Picked it up there. As it turned, I saw the belly of the target there, which I saw it clearest. That's where I took the shot.
Take a look at one more, and then without knowing what you've already done, tell me where you can see the target biggest and clearest.
Pull. There.
And where was that compared to where you shot it?
A lot later.
So in the last episode we were too late.
Yes.
And in this episode we've gone too soon.
Early.
So it wasn't just a generic problem. We can actually, like I said to you, take shots in the wrong places.
Yeah.
What I tend to find is here people, they are going to shoot that there where they can only see half of the target,
right,
because what they think is it's going to drop.
Yeah.
Well, if it drops, we shoot under it. Okay. Let's, without changing anything else, because we are going to have a look at your style as well.
Yeah.
I want to shoot 2 more just with a later kill point.
Pull.
Well,
yeah,
a little bit different.
A little different.
Again,
more time.
It is,
no rush.
and it's what we spoke about, taking more shots in the right places.
Exactly.
And seeing that target where, and not being fearful of it dropping, not being fearful of it being quick, not being fearful of it rising.
Yeah.
You know, the methods we're going to work on give us the line.
Yeah.
So we actually need to really work on that kill point. And it's not easy when you're in a competition mode, when you're first on, because you only get to see one now with the new rules.
That's right.
So you've really got to engage that computer and take as much feedback as you can from bird one. And like I say, visualization is a very good skill. If you see one, sit back and just close your eye. Work. Yeah, it was there. Don't just rush into taking that shot. What method did you apply?
I pulled away.
Pull away from where?
From the hold point.
Okay, so you've actually matched its speed.
Matched the speed onto the target as it hit the hold point, went with the target, found its line and pulled away to my lead.
Which is exactly
what
we should have done, yeah. So again, we just got to work harder on that kill point.
Having the confidence.
Well done. Dave actually shot that Batu somewhere in that top segment of its flight. But as I've always said to you, where you see the bird the clearest is relative to your own eyesight. A lot of people, and one maybe including myself, I would have shot that a little later, so it's on the way down, it's gone over its arc, and it's started to drift on a left to right and downward motion, almost from 2 to 8 o'clock. And this is quite where a lot of people will take that shot. But a common mistake when doing that, the gun is empty, is that you follow the roll. So you go onto the target here, and as it rolls, you try and roll with it. That's going to put you considerably offline and normally inside the line. If you imagine the target is flying here, you end up inside the line. The way I approach that is what I call tram lining. So I'm going to swing the gun on a very straight line, like a tram line. So I would come detached from the clay. I would be down here when the clay's above me. I would move on a tram line and the clay will come down to me. It's a form of pull away, just applied very, very differently. So I am looking upwards towards the clay. The gun is swinging on a straight line until I get to the lead I want to see. A bit like a box, so I'll be in the bottom left-hand corner of that box when the clay is on the top right. But that's going to get rid of the roll and keep my barrels on a straight plane.